The much-anticipated grand finale of Fashion Week was Gwen Stefani's show, which turned out to be a really hot ticket, with lots of stars in the house like Lenny Kravitz, P. Diddy, and Naomi Campbell. Gwen was elated when I went backstage to see her. Now the really hard work begins, filling in the blanks, putting those final pieces of Sir together before we have to ship our pages.
Yeah, I mean, they're pulling the ads in now.
Where's the Tom Ford piece going?
What Tom Ford piece is going, here, right here. Tom at Francis, and then Tom here.
Great.
I don't know what that is.
It really is amazing that our timing would have been so bang on with this. Tom Ford gave us this incredible scoop of what he's up to next. It just happens to be, you know, dabbling to a huge degree in the men's world.
Yeah, it's nice, huh? Nice. It's quite nice. This is the old imagination, that's what the problem is.
The timing was tight because we literally, on the heels of FQ, were supposed to be in the middle of Sir, and we weren't. We'd done a couple things, but not the whole thing.
And we just finished FQ, and the next day we basically started Sir.
There was a mission statement as opposed to a theme, and sort of the mission being these are the type of people we're trying to attract. So we thought, upon discussion and reading the research and what they had, that it would be a good idea to make it feel very clean, aspirational, but still inclusive on a lot of levels, not a bombardment of information. Simple design, more of a European feel. Obviously, it needs to feel like it is related to FQ as well. They're a sister and brother, and we want a synergy between the two. So there's an awareness that they're coming from the same place, but they're obviously different animals.
There's Jeannie and Michael. That Vera Wang.
Hey, that's a good shot.
It's actually a good option. My job is to sort of implement a lot of the editorial things that we're doing. So just like Bob is the art director, I oversee all of the text and manage the staff. I talk to Jeannie constantly, and I update her on the status of our stories, suggest ideas for things we haven't thought of before. Basically just keep the ball rolling.
On with Tom. Do we like that?
Well, I kind of thought it was rah-rah.
Why is men's wear important for somebody like you to decide? These aren't even questions that were asked, though.
It was just like on. Sean and I both felt that it was a little bit confusing for the reader. Now that it's on the page, I can see more how that's going to work.
Yeah.
So I'll just go back to your original.
All right, well, let me just look at it, because I can't really get a sense of it. But I really don't like On with Tom. I don't know, I don't get it, really. A looming deadline is always stressful, but when you add the fact that it's the inaugural issue of our new men's magazine and you want it to be absolutely perfect, the pressure is really on.
Armani's a great name. Tom Armani.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to do nip tuck, even though it is a major feature in the piece.
I don't mind nip tuck though.
Really?
There's a universal consciousness of plastic surgery.
I mean, not to say that nip tuck isn't, you know, great, meaty fodder. It's obviously...
The difference between Sir and many other men's magazines, it's not a bloke magazine. It's a high-end fashion lifestyle magazine. So, you know, it's Giorgio Armani's yacht. It's a discussion around plastic surgery. I'd like to think of it as much more of an intelligent read than some of the other titles that are out there. Not that they're bad, it's just that that's not the market that we're looking for.
This has to be fall, winter.
Yes, it does. Oh, is it too late? Have we shipped that already?
No, that one's going through corrections. Can you make that change to the market too?
Of course, there's always risk. That's why, you know, I pay so much attention to the detail, because every single dollar that is invested against a long-term strategy, and so it has to be successful in the long term.
You've had that conversation.
I quite like Sir Tom was kind of fun.
Given the fact that we have Tom Ford as our cover and a great story on Tom, it's a great way to start.
I kind of like it because if you do Sir Tom Talks, he's on the cover, it is Sir. You don't like that, Jess?
I don't think it's selling the story as much as it could. You've got a big story there.
What about Act 2?
Tom's new take.
I kind of like Sir Tom Talks.
Remember Tom Terrific? That little cartoon character. Oh, you didn't
Yeah,
grow
he'd
up in
love
North
that, wouldn't
America.
You can't say Tom Terrific. No one will
What?
get that.
Yes, we all who grew up, all the boomers would get
I would-
it.
I would
See, he's not
totally
from this
get that.
culture. It was on Captain Kangaroo. It was a little cartoon.
I know about Captain Kangaroo. Kangaroos come from
Okay,
Australia.
all right.
I'm going to with my thesaurus to talk to Shauna about it.
Okay.
All right. Let me figure out something here. Well, Tom's new venture.
Tom's new passion.
It's not really a new passion. It's Tom's new plan. Well, we finally figured out what to call the Tom feature. Now the scary part begins. After everyone's hard work, not to mention the financial risk that Michael and Jeffrey have taken, how's this new magazine going to be received? It's tough out there, and I'm nervous. After all, this is my first foray into men's fashion. But we did it, and now it's on to the next thing. The adventures continue.